Ian McKellen has played some of the most iconic characters in modern cinema, from Gandalf to Magneto, but even after decades in Hollywood, the legendary actor has admitted something surprising. He never truly realized just how popular Magneto was until Avengers Doomsday entered the picture. As Marvel Studios prepares to bring the X-Men fully into the MCU, McKellen's return as Magneto has become one of the most talked about elements of the upcoming Avengers sequel. And according to the actor himself, the reaction caught him completely off guard. Marvel has officially confirmed that Avengers Doomsday will feature the return of the X-Men, marking a major turning point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Ian McKellen, now 86 years old, is set to reprise his iconic role as Magneto, while James Marsden returns as Cyclops. For fans who grew up with the original X-Men films, this announcement alone was enough to send hype levels through the roof, but for McKellen, the scale of the excitement was something he never expected. During a recent interview on Jake's Takes with Jake Hamilton, McKellen reflected on how audiences have embraced Magneto over the years. He admitted that when he first took on the role, he viewed Magneto strictly as the villain of the story. In his own words, "I thought he was the villain, but no, I think people rather like his attitude." That simple line speaks volumes about Magneto's legacy, a character who has evolved far beyond a traditional antagonist and become one of Marvel's most complex and beloved figures. Magneto has always occupied a morally gray space in Marvel storytelling. While his actions are often extreme, his motivations are rooted in trauma, survival, and a deep desire to protect mutant kind. Over time, audiences began to sympathize with him, understand him, and in many cases, root for him. McKellen's performance played a massive role in that shift, even if he didn't fully realize it at the time. Now, with Avengers Doomsday set to put Magneto on the biggest stage the MCU has ever built, that popularity is impossible to ignore. But the interview didn't stop there, and this is where things got really interesting. While chatting casually with Hamilton, McKellen accidentally let something slip about Avengers Doomsday that immediately sent fans into speculation mode. Almost offhandedly, he said, "Though I do know I destroyed New Jersey the other day," before suddenly realizing what he had just revealed. He quickly added, "I probably shouldn't have said that," clearly aware that he had crossed into spoiler territory. That single comment has ignited a storm of theories online. New Jersey is home to several key Marvel locations and characters, including Kamala Khan, also known as Miss Marvel, and connections to Scarlet Witch's Westview storyline. In certain Marvel Comics timelines, Wanda Maximoff is Magneto's daughter, making the idea of Magneto destroying New Jersey even more loaded with potential meaning. Whether this destruction is tied to multiversal incursions, mutant conflict, or a larger battle involving Doctor Doom remains unknown, but fans are already connecting the dots. What makes this moment even more fascinating is how rare it is for Marvel spoilers to slip through the cracks. The studio is infamous for its secrecy, with actors often refusing to answer even the most basic questions about upcoming projects. That McKellen accidentally revealed a potentially massive plot detail only adds to the mystique surrounding Avengers Doomsday, and raises the question of just how destructive Magneto's role in the film will be. Directed by Joe and Anthony Russo, Avengers Doomsday is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious Marvel films ever made. The movie will feature Robert Downey Jr., returning to the MCU in a shocking twist as Doctor Doom, positioning him as the central villain of the multiverse saga. He'll be facing off against an enormous roster of heroes, including Chris Hemsworth's Thor, Tom Hiddleston's Loki, Chris Evans' Steve Rogers, Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards, and now the returning X-Men. Magneto's presence in this lineup changes everything. He's not just another villain or ally, he's a force of ideology, power, and consequence. If McKellen's accidental spoiler is any indication, Avengers Doomsday may finally unleash Magneto on a scale audiences have never seen before, with real-world consequences inside the MCU that reshape entire regions and storylines. As the 18th of December 2026 release date approaches, moments like this only fuel the anticipation. A beloved actor rediscovering the cultural impact of his character, a massive spoiler slipping out unintentionally, and the MCU preparing for its most explosive chapter yet, Avengers. Doomsday is clearly building towards something monumental, If Magneto truly is about to leave his mark on the MCU by destroying entire cities, then this may be the version of the character that finally cements his legacy, not just as a fan favorite, but as one of the most important figures in Marvel's cinematic history. And if you don't want to miss any updates, leaks, or deep dives on Avengers, Doomsday, and the future of the MCU, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because things are only going to get crazier from here.